Oh, it's going down. They even got Joy Taylor involved in this. What the hell is going on around here? Skip Bayless is grabbing itty bitty titty. Well, that ain't itty bitty titty, but Skip Bayless turning into Trick Bayless. You've been hanging around Lil Wayne too long. It ain't tricking if you got it, Skip. Well, you sure? Because it don't look like she's going. Just gotta up the price on the bag. If you come with the bag, you gonna tag. Yeah, money, baby. All right. Weezy told me it's up. She's like, hey, let me talk to you. Hi, Skip. You need your hair done? So what's up? You're up. Sex tonight, my place. No exceptions. Oh, man. All right. Let me stop. Now, let's get to this crazy lawsuit. A 42-page lawsuit was filed by a former Fox Sports hairstylist, alleged in the lawsuit that network executives and everybody around had a position to harass women, as well as Skip Bayless touched her inappropriately and propositioned her for some intercourse. Her name is Nushin Faraji. If I said that wrong, sorry. She said she worked at Fox Sports from 2012 until last August and made a series of troubling allegations in this 42-page lawsuit obtained by Front Office Sports. Of course, they get everything, and all they are is former ESPN employees who were let go. Anyway, Fox Sports 1, Fox Sports 2, Fox Sports EVP, Charlie Dixon, Skip Bayless, FS1, Joy Taylor. They are listed as defendants in a lawsuit. Let me repeat. They are all being sued. Charlie Dixon, Skip Bayless, Joy Taylor is being sued because she told Joy Taylor, who's just an employee there, what power does she have? So she tells Joy Taylor allegedly that first she said the head of content for Fox Sports 1 grabbed her buttocks at a birthday party in West Hollywood. When she relayed the encounter to Taylor, the Fox host allegedly told her to get over it, according to the lawsuit. And now she wants to file this. But 53 weeks ago, she was raving about Undisputed. I love Undisputed. Just 53 weeks ago. My, oh my, have the times changed. Now they're trying to elude Joy Taylor was letting dudes fill her up and knock her around so she could move up in the company. All kind of craziness, right? Now, according to the state of California, what she got right here, it really comes down to the gist of it, right? Because they're over in Delaware. You know, the Fox Corporation, everything, the big headquarters is in Delaware. And they got all the defendants, Skip Bayless, Charlie Dixon, and Joy Taylor. Now, if you get to this side with the actual complaints, you start to see a little things develop here. Where did I go? Did I lose it? I think I lost it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, damn it, I lost it. It was just there. And then I lost it. Because that was telling the whole scene. I'll get it back. Don't worry. Get it all back. There we go. Now, right here. Failure to pay minimum wage. class action complaints, failure to pay overtime wages, failure to reimburse business expenses, which means that she had to pay out of her pocket probably for supplies for the business. And in the case of doing that, she was not able to do certain things that benefited her and she thought would work for her. Failure to pay all wages upon separation. So failure to furnish accurate itemized wage statements. So she didn't get any statements. She was let go. She was fired. Unfair, unlawful, and fraudulent business practices. They didn't like the way and the terms that she was let go. This is what they normally file. I didn't like my severance package or what I was supposed to get. I was unfairly let go. These are the things that come in with fraudulent business practices. All of this is a complaint with the company. She don't like where the things went down when she left the company. So now she's launching lawsuits saying all of these things happened to her. But when they happened to her, she didn't file these lawsuits. She continued to work for the company. Now, here's the individual complaint: sexual battery, hostile work environment, sex or gender, hostile work environment, race or national origin, which is hostile work environment, disability. That's crazy. Failure to prevent harassment, negligent supervision, hiring, and retention, retaliation, wrongful termination, and she demands a jury trial. Why? Because there's all believe all women, right? So this is what she wants, and she wants it done now. Quite amazing, right? Yeah, he gonna be called Tip Bayless. Just the Tip Bayless. Now, according to this lawsuit that has been obtained through all of these complaints that was put into place, this is the woman and what she looks like. Okay, you guys are seeing her right there. That's her. She has a very nice body, a nice figure, but yeah, she's been getting roasted on all of her photos. They've been giving her the business. She has got no breaks. She said Skip Bayless, the former Fox Sports 1 host of the show Undisputed, offered her $1.5 million for a night of sex. Damn. Now, Skip. She said Skip Bayless even accused her of sleeping and giving it up to Shannon Sharp. Well, you gave it to Shannon. How about a ride on the track on the geriatric train, baby? Look at these guns. I'm just as stoned. I'm in the gym every day. Oh, I'm fit. That's my wife, Ernestine. So, Motel 6 at 12? All right. See you there. No man is paying $1.5 million for some push-push. Joy does not need to sleep her way to the top on anything dealing with sports. Exactly. This is what I'm talking about, people. Let this resonate right here as you're looking at the woman right here, the hairstylist who filed the complaint. She's somebody that likes to flaunt her beauty and show her figure and everything else. She has been around some of the elites in Hollywood. She brag about them sending her private planes and everything, all on her gram. But when she said $1.5 million to sleep with her, really? Not saying that you don't have a nice figure, ma'am. You have a nice figure, but you do not have a $1.5 million figure. There are actresses in Hollywood that don't get $1.5 million for sex. I'm sorry. You can get one of those for less than that. You can have all these Instagram models, Skip Bayless, you can go all out. For 1.5, shoot, you know what you can get? For 1.5, shoot, you can have people that work at ESPN. You can have the opposite network. They can get down. Shoot, you might get Rachel Nichols for that. I mean, to me, that's about worth a nickel. I mean, your name is Nichols. That's why I gave you a bunch of nickels. Shannon somewhere sweating like, oh God, not again. I can't go do that again. No, I'll skip. I can't go do that again. Shannon just hoping he don't get hit with another charge. Now, here's the thing that gets me and that other people are not talking about. How absurd this is. Now, I'm somebody that happen to know a little bit about this. I happen to know a little bit about the personnel. So for me, it don't really add up. Because once she said this guy, which I wouldn't have doubted, he looks like the type of guy that would do that and seems like the type of guy that would grab her butt. Let me introduce you to Charlie Dixon. Charlie Dixon is the guy, right? He's their executive vice president of content. He's been there since 2015 before they got, Jeremy over there, Jeremy Horowitz, and they brought the Undisputed and Skip Bayless and them over. He was over there ready for the change. Now, this guy's married and got 2 kids. Oh, Mac Jones, like, can I call in? Probably in a little bit. I might open up the floor, the panel, and let everybody get in. Let me explain to you a little something here about Charlie here. He said, oh, yeah, he's definitely a butt grabber. I'm not saying he didn't grab your butt. He's a married man with 2 kids, but from what I know about Charlie Dixon and what I've heard about Charlie Dixon is you take a good look at Charlie Dixon. I want y'all to look at his face right now. Stay looking at his face. And he reminds you of the guy that played Stewart, Saves His Family. They look just alike. And believe me, they act just alike. And doggone it, I'm a very good person, and doggone it, people like me. So let me tell you a little something about Charlie Dixon, which sounds a little weird in retrospect. He's a married man with kids, but if you saw Charlie Dixon by himself, you wouldn't. He's a dog that fancy other dogs. Yeah. You wouldn't be surprised if there was a story of him in a school bus and in an all boys school. That's, you wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Not going to put that kind of evilness on somebody, but you just wouldn't be surprised. If looks can fit the part, he definitely looked like Stewart from Stewart Saves His Family. And doggone it, people like me. Now, we're going to get to the gist of the situation here. This woman, in my opinion, is lying in a lot of what she's reporting. Skip Bayless offered her $1,005,000, $1.5 million. That destroys your credibility right there. Skip Bayless is one of the cheapest men in the world. Skip Bayless ain't finna pay you that kind of money. Are you insane? Skip Bayless' wife looked like his damn sister. His wife looked like his twin sister. There's no way he's paying you that money. He's 73 years old. What the hell are he gonna do with you? He does everything with Ernestine. How he gonna sneak off with you? She don't know about it. And 1.5 million? Who are you? You trying to get all your money in your lawsuit through them. All the paid wages you didn't get for somehow this is Skip Bayless's fault. And never got around to really determination. So when they said Dixon walked around and grabbed her butt at a birthday party in West Hollywood, it's like, what? What was y'all doing in West Hollywood? And Charlie Dixon, if he grabbed your butt, I doubt you had anything to say about it. She probably like, oh my God, he was so drunk he grabbed my butt. And she probably said, look, don't make a big deal of it because you're going to get yourself fired. Now, Donna Freeman saying that Joy slept her way to the top. Joy didn't have to sleep her way to the top because she's not at the top. What she started to do, Joy was engaged to the former coach of the Phoenix Suns when she was there. She was basically doing the show and working with Skip and those guys, and then she left to go to Colin's show, and Colin was looking for somebody to fill in when the other girl left to get her own show on Fox. And then after Joy was there for a while, she had an opportunity to get her own show when Speak for Yourself, and they got rid of Whitlock and got him up out of there. It was an opening, and all the people were talking about Joy Taylor and what Joy Taylor looked like. So they were like, look, we're selling TNA around here. TNA is trending on Twitter and everything else, and that boosts you, move you up the ladder. Shoot, you think Joey's on there because of how she talks about sports? No, she's on there because she's got those huge goddamn double D's, and she shows them off on the show. She knows it's going to get her ratings. She goes on the Instagram now and shows off her body, and you damn right, we're going to look. Now, when it comes to the sports, yeah, it's kind of hard sometimes listening to some of her takes, but it is what it is. She looked like Skip Bayless in a wig. That looks like his damn sister. He looking in a mirror with Ernestine, his wife. Now, well, she got her job basically because Jason Taylor is her brother who played in the NFL, Hall of Fame football player. He gave her a leg up. They hired her when they did this. Joy was somebody that they've known for a while. Lee Shannon did. I've seen Joy Taylor when she was younger. She was, believe me, there was none of this double D stuff when we saw her. We played volleyball, I think, together. She was just as basic as 1, 2, 3, and nothing special about her at all. She was in Hawaii at the Pro Bowl, I believe. Mm-hmm. So now, looking at this suit, what's going to actually happen? She's upset that they're not trying to actually deal. Okay, they're not trying to hear what she has to say. They don't really care about this woman in any way, shape, or form, or her claims. Fox Sports is really treating this as, yeah, okay. They're going to let the lawyers handle this, as she's basically griping over unpaid wages and things of that nature. Now, if I'm them, what I'm doing is trying to protect myself, because this woman right here is dangerous. And she thinks because of the way she looks, she should be paid accordingly. She's a hairdresser. That's her job. She dresses people up, style people hair. She did Rachel Nichols' hair. She did Joy Taylor's hair. She did mostly all the women's hair that came on to the show. Now she has her hair gallery and all of these different things. So she's claiming her business lost money for her being untimely fired or let go or whatever. But this is a play. As she said, Skip Bayless said when she was like, well, I got a husband. She's like, well, don't your husband in your race, don't he allow y'all to have 3 and 4 different wives? Then she was like what she say, my husband or my father is dead, and he made up an excuse to leave. And I'm just like, Skip Bayless, one, don't really come to too many functions. You won't see Skip at a function for Fox Sports 1. Skip normally goes home or somewhere else. He's mostly a recluse. He does not come out like that. And if he was at this event, the fact he coming in there looking for tail is not, it's so far-fetched that it's not going to make any sense whatsoever. The woman, like Skip says, when he met Ernestine, she had to make the first move. Skip is married to the show. Skip is married to the business. First thing he set his wife down and said, look, if we finna move forward, you got to understand, this show comes first. You always going to be second to my work. Now, if you can understand that, we can move forward. If not, this ain't going to work out. And she was, okay, I wanted to work out. Now, she puts up Joy Taylor, everybody. Look at all the stuff with Joy, Alex Curry, all these people that's following her. She did all their hair, their makeup, everything. But she likes to show herself off. Look, she the hottie. She got to show herself off. Mm-hmm. So now he said, still not worth 1.5 million. That number is so absurd, it throws the lawsuit out. I throw it out if I'm a judge as soon as I see that number. And 1.5 for sex, judge, we throw dismiss. What, sir? No. That amount for sex. No, never. Who are you, Mariah Carey? For the hairdresser? I could buy a studio of hairdressers from all around the world. get the place built up, fly them all in, have sex with all of them, and it cost me less than 1.5 million. I'm like, man, are you crazy? This woman is in her own head. Look at herself. She's so into herself. Look, want to show her body off. I want to show off my Versace slip flops. And it's all about me and my curves. And look at me. See, you got to beware of these type of women. They make up and cook up a story, and you'll be right in there. And this is why I had to go on A White Girl Diet. And I said, I got to cut the white girls out. So I knew years ago that this had to stop. They gone crazy. So they doll these women up. So she don't like the fact she was let go. And now the hairstylist who wants to be a diva herself with the Botox in the lips, look like the nose job, the whole Hollywood makeup, is out here trying to stretch a 73-year-old man and Fox Sports for all the money. And even threw the vice president, Charlie Dixon, in it, and Joy Taylor. So Charlie Dixon wants this woman and Skip Bayless. Reek, if Skip Bayless wanted to hit this woman, I'm not saying no man would want to hit this woman. Once she said $1.5 million is what he offered to pay her, I don't believe a single word that come out of her mouth. You see, you got to make it believable. Skip Bayless is the most frugal man there is. You're not going to find this man going out buying extravagant things and doing extravagant stuff, and definitely nothing that stupid. Look, she loved her some Joy Taylor. She couldn't help but keep posting about Joy Taylor all the time. Then she did dude's hair, Kate Abudo or Dubo or whatever. And there she is with all her makeup kit. She's at the Wilder fight because she's doing Kate's hair. So she's there and got her an invite to do the hair. And there she is promoting Undisputed. She did Jenny Tav's hair, Skip and Shannon. It's always fun working with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp, and Jenny Tav. But she put Skip first. It's always fun working with them. But I'm suing y'all. So when did the fun stop? When did it stop being fun? She just average. She's the hairdresser. So she did Holly's hair, and this is somebody who slept her way to De La Hoya's side. But that's all Holly ever did, the golf slut. And now Holly Saunders she don't look nothing like herself anymore. So much doggone plastic surgery work been done on her. She used to do her hair. So she started posting her. So she's going back to her wedding day. Back in 2016, she posted her wedding day. There it is, showing and promoting the work. She's wearing this dress. And there she is with all the other workers they at the fight, sitting ringside. And she's got her cleavage and her boobies all out on display. And she's over there watching Joy do her photo shoot for Speak. She's right there, so gorgeous, and all this stuff. All this stuff on her page. Joy Taylor this, Joy Taylor that. Look, there she go, working on Joy's hair. This is February. This is right before she was terminated. There she go. Oh, Shady, you better look out, Shady. Shady, you're next. Yep, Shady, better stay there. Put both hands where they can see you, Shady. Put both hands where they can see you, Shady. They coming. Shady ain't got no control. Yes, years ago for her working there, she was doing Holly's hair. Then she moved on to Rachel Nichols. Rachel Nichols came on to Undisputed. And she was on Fox. And she started doing Rachel Nichols hair. And now it was all Rachel Nichols photos popping up. And there she go with David Beckham. Oh my gosh. And she takes, next thing you know, it's going to be prolonged hugs. David Beckham, you better get out of there right now. Tell you right now, Beckham, you better don't bend it like Beckham. Get the hell up out of there right now, David Beckham. I'm trying to tell you. Trying to warn you now. It's time to go. Pack the van up. Pack the van. Load it up. It's time to go. Oh, yeah, I definitely pay $1 million. Oh, you a fool. You will pay $1 million for that? Oh, shoot. I can find you that at 3:00. Pay me the meal. I get you that and offer her 20. I mean, look, here's 25,000. Wow, 25,000 for him. Yep, that's all you got to do. It's 25,000 for you. The rest is me. It's gonna be. He said he paid $1 million. Yeah, to me. And I found you, and you got 25,000 out of it. Be happy. I could have gave that 25 to anybody else. You would have had no money. So you don't want the 25,000? All right then. Now go ahead. Have a nice day. And if he hires me again for the $1 million, I'll think of you. So you're gonna be making some money, but I just think you getting all that money is no okay. Well, next time I ain't calling you no more. The prosecutor's gonna ask her, wasn't Michael Irvin around doing at that time? Ass is passing around and he did not ask for any? Get out of here. Michael Irvin, who just came out of controversy, that man gonna be sweating already before they even ask the question. That man wake up in the morning sweating. That man sweat on relatively cool days. It's like somebody poured a bucket of water on Michael Irvin head. And that boy started sweating immediately. Yeah. Man, Michael Irvin, he can't help it. Michael Irvin can't help himself. He don't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself. That's Michael Irvin. I ain't want to be a freak, but I can't help myself. Now, David Beckham gonna be added to the lawsuit once again. Be an alternate lawsuit that she might file and say David Beckham had a prolonged hug on me. Rachel Nichols, look, now I tell you, and there it is, Mike Irvin. Oh Lord, Mike, get out of there! She got you on the page. She got you on the page, Mike. Then here it is, November 24th, 2023. She says, it's awesome working on Undisputed with Keyshawn and all of them. This is November 24th of 2023. She was having an awesome time working there. Oh, gosh, she's doing Michael Irvin. Hey, Lord, Mike, get out of there. Mike, run. Run, Mike. Oh, Lord, she got Michael Irvin down. Oh, Lord, Michael Irvin. They got the playmaker. God damn it, Mike. Mike, we ain't no fun if the homie can't have it. Oh, Lord. I just said to myself, Lord, Lord, Lord. This is doggone bad. The milk done gone bad on that cow. Oh, yes. Well, the Lions have definitely submitted their claim to fame or what they're going to be doing. So it is what it is. So now we know who's going to be going to Minnesota. Vikings will be going to Tampa. So now they got all that in place. Detroit proved that they're the real number one. And that is that. Now you see Michael Irvin. Like, where's the husband at? I think he died. I think she said in the lawsuit the husband died and Skip Bayless got up out of there. Look, Rachel Nichols, everything, showing that hair. I did Rachel Nichols. I'm like, my God, I wouldn't give a nickel for Rachel Nichols. She was trying to throw it to Kwame Brown. Look at old Wayne. No, get out of there, Wayne. Get out of there, Wayne. Look, they sent me a private plane. A quick trip on a private client. That was December of 2024. She going out on a quick trip with a private client. She's flying out on jets. Then she's out there talking about golden moments with golden people and all this stuff, man. That was in December. That was the last post she made. It was December 10th, 2024. So sometime around this time, she was terminated. July 15th, 2024, it seems like that's when they said goodbye. Loved working with you. Yep, she put that up there. Loved working with you, and that was it. July 10th. It was always a pleasure working with you. So she got fired right about summertime. around July, and she's saying it was wrongful termination. So when Undisputed seemed like it came to an end when Skip Bayless' show ended, her contract was ended right with the show. And she never recovered. Now, if you go back to the claims of all the people she's suing and what she's suing for, this is what throws it off. If you look at it, you can tell it's all about she didn't like the way she was fired. She didn't like what went down. This had nothing to do with assault. And this is what I hate about this new culture. This new culture of we just gonna take advantage to try to get money and lie, where there's real victims out here. Like people who are really messed up, people really going through therapy. It's real stuff going on, and they make a mockery of it and use the system just to get some money. To me, that is ridiculous. I hate these women for that. I hate y'all for doing that. I really do. Y'all disgusting to me. For all the women that fake and make up fake lawsuits, I can't stand y'all. Y'all so selfish and greedy. It ain't just about destroying a man. You're doing it for money. Money that's gonna wear out. Let's say you do win the money. Then what? Thought you had emotional grievance. I thought you don't like the way you were treated or what you've been through. Well, if you don't like what you've been through, what money gonna do for it? Money ain't gonna make none of that go away. You just want some money. All these women in the Diddy case. That's what I kept saying. I'm like, dude, these are the most uncredible people on earth. I mean, dog, you got paid for being a hoe to hang out. They gave you gifts to come in there and sleep with them, and you do it, giving blowjobs in parking lots and everything else, and then get mad when the party's over. It's like, all right, the party's over, nobody calling you no more. Now you see a chance to get a bag. Oh, I was attacked. I had a drink. I was woozy. But you remember everything after the drink. So how woozy were you? and this was back in what? 2005. Like, get out of here, man. This is what I'm talking about. It's crazy. I never thought in a million years I would see people expectations be put in like a vice. You know what I'm saying? Right, because if people expectations is like that, what you think is going to happen to everybody else who tries this down the road? Oh no, Harrison, don't do it. Harrison, don't do it. You don't want to be in the suit. If James Harrison was a monster, he grabbed me, he threw me against the wall. It was a nightmare. Mm-hmm. But my thing is this: why don't they have that same energy for anybody else? Have you noticed that energy that they talk about is never directed at the people it's supposed to be? It never is. That energy is never ever directed directly at the people it's supposed to be directed at. My thing is, how you gonna sue a woman and add her to the lawsuit, and then once you add them to the lawsuit, then here we go. You got her all over your page. You got Joy Taylor all over your page, right? And since you got her all over your page, right? Why don't you take pictures of her down if you're gonna sue her? You see what I'm saying? You see how that don't make no sense? You got James Harrison out here looking ridiculous, putting a wig on Jay. Man, Jay, I don't want to see you go down, bro. She got Jill Taylor all over her page. You suing this woman, but then you got her all over your page, all over your channel, with you and her, everything, but you suing her. Well, you got to make up your mind. What is it that you want to do? You know, she took all these pictures of Joy back then. You know, Joy is a different person when you see her in person versus anything else. Hmm. Well, let's look at the details of what we're talking about. Like, let's get relative to the subject matter at hand. You know, like we've often seen and done things that don't register with us or register, period, as something that's very relevant in the situation altogether. You know, but when we see somebody ask for 1.5 million for sex and saying Skip Bayless did all these things and it was sexual harassment and she complained constantly about it and all of these things, why would she seem to be retained all the way into the show ended? Why were you on the show doing Rachel Nichols' hair while all of this is going on? Well, when you do situations, I see what y'all talking about. But what I'm talking about is look at all this. This is crazy. This the person you suing and you got her all over your Instagram page. You haven't taken none of it down. I just feel that when your ego is bigger than what you're really chasing, but that is hilarious. The prosecution go ask, what's Michael Irvin there? That's still the funniest thing I see. Then we see Michael Irvin with him. I'm like, oh Lord. Mike, no. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, dog. That's why you gotta pay attention. When these white women start talking and they go behind the court, they take you down. You got to be careful. That's why I smile and say, hey, how y'all doing? And I keep moving. You cannot, you got to leave them alone. It's dangerous. 2025, y'all dating these chicks, they will come and get you, mess you all the way up. Yeah, man, it's just that's the nature of what's going on. Now they talking about Shannon Sharp having a freak off with Joy Taylor. It is crazy. Come on now, stop. The internet, the internet is crazy. Oh, she let Emmanuel Ocho hit. She let Shannon Sharp hit. Joy was like the little baby coming onto the show when she first got to Fox Sports 1. That was just 8 years ago. Well, finna be 9. And now Skip is faced with all of this scrutiny and all of this stuff going on. Skip's gonna have to come out and tell his side of the story. Well, she alleges that in her lawsuit, approximately 1 week later, Skip made another advance at her, saying, and she said, Skip, stop, you have a wife. And then Skip said, aren't you Muslim? Don't your dad have 3 to 4 wives? And Mrs. Farharji says, my father is dead. And then Skip Bayless looked taken aback, and she made an excuse to leave. So now they're going to have this surviving Skip Bayless thing now. And Skip in the sex tapes. Oh, yeah. Well, she said in July of 2021, she was faced with cancer diagnosis, hoping it would stop the sexual advances. In July of 2021. So she's worked there for 2 more years, 3 more years. She's working there, talking about how much she loved working with Skip and all of this. But she's continuously working there, but talking about she's complained about this and filed a lawsuit. So in 2021 in July, and it looked like she worked there all the way into 2024. He's like, Bayless told her he wanted to be with her. She panicked. She began rambling. There were cameras everywhere. She has a child and that she does not want him. Skip grabbed her hand and began kissing all on her hands. Go ahead, Mr. Smoothie. And soon after the weekly haircut started, Skip began finding excuses to touch her. Over the years, she worked with Skip. He allegedly continued to make advances towards her. In July 2021, she reportedly informed Skip about the possibility of all this. I needed these things to stop. All of this harassment is too much. So, all her years of SA harassment by Skip Bayless, who at one point propositioned her by offering her $1.5 million, also claims that Bayless would give lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body up against hers and pressing and squeezing against her breasts. Additionally, the lawsuit claims Skip Bayless accused her for sleeping with Shannon Sharp. You gave it up to Shannon Sharp, you let him hit, and it's my show. Now, come on, Skip. Now, Skip, you know I had nothing to do with that. Oh, you let that girl cut my hair. No, No, I know you. See, I'd already went to mine. See, when I was over there at CBS, yep, they pulled that on me. Threw the girl in the elevator, said I did all these things. I ain't did nothing. That's why I don't even ride on the elevator. They get on the elevator, I jump right off. I'll take the other one by myself. Oh my God. So, Ms. Faraji, around August of 2016, attended a dinner with Joy Taylor and her husband. And, well, it wasn't her husband. She wasn't married to Dixon. And Mr. Dixon and his wife. During the dinner, Mrs. Taylor's husband became suspicious that Mrs. Taylor and Mr. Dixon was having a sexual relationship. Soon after the dinner, Mrs. Taylor's husband found evidence of an inappropriate relationship and divorcing Miss Taylor. So she threw Joy Taylor's marriage under the bus. So basically, she threw Joy Taylor's relationship under the bus, as this has nothing to do with the lawsuit. But my goodness, she wanted to embarrass. Oh my God. She has went all out and she got this. What? Crazy. I did not know she put this in a lawsuit. Now, here's the thing about Joy Taylor. Joy is somebody who's spontaneous when she does things. She doesn't really normally look before she leaps. Now, a lot of people have heard about what Richard Guinetti talked about when he was married to Joy Taylor. Mm-hmm. Joy was the one that ended the relationship by cheating on her husband. So now that that's in the lawsuit, well, that's gonna throw gas on the fire, because now all that's gonna come back up, and all that show she did with Taylor Rooks, giving all that relationship advice, and this woman couldn't keep a man. Mm-hmm. Oh no. Joy Taylor was like that all along. You see, you got to understand something. She was well, she was born in like 87. She's you know, she's been there for a while. Like her first husband, no nobody really know. But allegedly he was an abusive person, not Richard Giannotti. Mm-hmm. Well, there was some problems there, and when those problems happened, it led to a whole big, yeah. Well, it is what it is. No, Joy was no, she was married to I think one guy beforehand, and I know she was engaged to one Earl Watson, the former head coach of the Phoenix Suns. She was engaged to him, and that didn't work out. They had a big fight and split up, and she went to do her podcast, and she took her ring off. It was bad. But yeah, hit the like button, y'all. I forgot y'all, didn't get a chance to hit the like button and get in here and talk. But yeah, she's like Miss Taylor and her husband and Mr. Dixon and evidence of the inappropriate relationship and divorced Mrs. Taylor. In approximately September of 2016, Undisputed started. Miss Taylor requested me to do her hair. November 2016, not after allowing anyone to touch his hair at all. Trying to get to the other part of the lawsuit here. It's like redacted. That part redacted from me. Oh my God. So now this whole thing is getting crazy, y'all. We're gonna have to talk about this. It's getting more and more crazy. Acho and Joy are not dating. They're not getting it in. Those two don't really get along. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Why do you think she has her own show and he got the facility? And because they basically was fighting for control of the show. You had two people fighting on Speak to be because Ocho was like, "Hey, y'all told me this was gonna be my show. Then y'all moved Joy Taylor in here to boost the ratings up by her big breast sticking out, and that's supposed to give us ratings." She's a brave woman. What is she brave about? What's the braveness she did? Yeah, guys here. What's brave about what she did? What's brave? Uh-oh, here they come. What's brave about making up some allegations and putting things into a lawsuit and putting things in place? Fox hired you, and she gave this woman a chance to do a job. Joy brought her in to do her hair, and that was her personal hair person. Mm, mm, mm. I got my coat on for Joy. No, I don't have my coat on for Joy. It's just that it's just look, it's so much you can do and so much that just don't make sense. Now, Emmanuel Ocho is gonna hit Joy Taylor. That's the part that don't make sense to me. Folks need to be held accountable for their actions. He says, no matter how we view it, these folks need to be held accountable for their actions, especially when they act all tough on TV. So I'm assuming you're talking about Skip Bayless. If you're talking about acting tough on TV. So holding people accountable for their actions. So should we hold her accountable for her actions? When she said that Skip Bayless offered her $1.5 million for sex? Do you believe that he offered her $1.5 million for sex? Because that's what it's all going to come down to. Because if you don't believe that, then why believe anything else? Do Emmanuel Ocho takes you as a man that's going to sleep with a black woman or a woman of color? Like Joy Taylor? No. First, you got to understand something. Emmanuel Ocho and Joy Taylor are not, it looked like they get along on TV. They really don't. I'm trying to tell you, I know these things, y'all. Y'all just don't know what's really going on behind the scenes. And that's where you're wrong, sir. Lawyers take cases all the time. Look at Tony Busby. Okay, that tell you right there. Lawyer will take any case, anywhere, anytime. I could right now sue about 30 people, 30 to 40 people, just because I got pictures. I could literally make up a lawsuit and get a lawyer to file right around. The lawyer would be like, "Can you make it stick? You got evidence? I got video. See, I'm right there in that video. Yep, let me tell you what happened that night. I'm suing. What was it? I got traumatized. They threatened me. They told me don't say nothing. I could make up 1,000 lies now around the photos and the video. You can easily do that. I can have 40, 50 lawsuits right now. That won't make it true. This woman right here believes she was worth. I already showed you just from her Instagram post that you're looking at right now. She believes she's the diva. She thinks she's the hottest thing on earth. So in her mind, she's worth 1.5 million. I've watched girls get flown out on private plane. They ain't getting no damn. You might get a bag, a Birkin's bag. You ain't getting. You might get some shoes. You are not getting no 1.5 million. I'm like, Mariah ain't getting that. Not for no one day. Well, that's okay. I mean, you're believing her at face value. You're right. Everything comes to the light sooner or later. So you're telling me you believe this woman right here was propositioned for $1.5 million for sex. That's where me and her differs. To say Charlie Dixon grabbed her butt, I believe he did. But I don't believe Charlie Dixon grabbed a lot of butts, male butts, a dog butt, anybody he can grab and sniff. But my thing is this: when that happened, when you felt uncomfortable in this climate, why didn't you file your lawsuit then? Why did your lawsuit come after years later? This assault happened in 2021. She worked all the way into like 2024. Where was the outrage then? You worked there for 3 more years. Why didn't you file a lawsuit when it happened? What proof do I have, Carcino? What concrete proof do you have she's lying? She said $1.5 million. I don't need no more proof after that. Nigga, you need proof. She said $1.5 million. That's the proof. Are you crazy? When she said $1.5 million for some sex, now she said that's for the whole year. Still kind of. How many times do he want you to go for the year? 1.5 is pretty. That's a salary. Not he want 1.5 just to hit once. You gonna have to clarify that. Straight up, 1.5. That case is dismissed. Plus, Skip Bayless is cheap. That dude will not wear a tie. That dude would only wear Jordans. And he only wears the same clothes like over and over. Same black suit. The same. And this dude is very frugal in his ways. And he just go up and pay you $1.5 million and break everything he's been doing for 73 years? Hell no. So if you don't believe that, believe who people are. If he was trying to buy her silence, if he's trying to buy her silence for $1.5 million, why the you didn't take it? But she didn't say he tried to buy my silence. In the lawsuit, it says she tried to proposition her for sex. That's what the 1.5 was for. So we got to go by what she said it was for. We can't assume it was to keep her silent about nothing ever happening. Then she comes and throws Joy Taylor under the bus and want to sue Joy Taylor. The person, you wouldn't have been at Fox anyway. She brought you in to get a job. You used to work there back in the day. She requested you do her hair so you could be on the show getting a check. And this how you treat her? She lets you go out with her to events, and that's how you do her. That's crazy. I find that kind of crazy. The route she took, I found it kind of crazy. I'll drop the link if y'all want to come up and talk. The link is dropped. In the end, we all pay for the box. Yeah, but we all ain't paying no $1.5 million. If we got it, we ain't paying $1.5 million. We got have $20 million in the bank. And she be like, how much to hit? $1.5 million. Oh, come on. Good night. Good night. Get on safe. Ain't no way in hell. I can have $100 million. I'm like, who you think I am? Travis Hunter? Hell no. We won't go. I know, right? I got the whole lawsuit. What are you talking about? The whole lawsuit is here. You think I didn't have it? What, you thought I was just making stuff up on the fly? I've just been sitting here for an hour just making stuff up. He's like 1.5. You could book the whole Pussycat Dolls. Right, exactly. You can get the whole Pussycat Dolls, the hairdresser, the assistant. You will get all of them for $1.5 million. That's what makes it crazy. But we finna go through all of it right now. She demands for a jury trial, of course. Now let's go into the summary of action. She was forced to endure misogynistic races in a blessed workplace where executives and talent were allowed to physically and verbally abuse workers with impunity. Mrs. Farage and others came forward to report the wrongdoings instead of addressing their concerns Fox retaliated against them, while the perpetrators and those who protected them were implicitly promoted. This case thus represents yet another in a long line of case of chronicling the toxic culture at Fox, marked by bad faith promises and repeated failures to address a poisonous and entrenched patrioticity. Okay. She brings forth this action on behalf of herself and Fox current and former non-exempt hourly employees employed in California, class members. Beginning 4 years prior to the filing of this complaint and ending on the date as predetermined by the court, specifically during the class period. Fox had a consistent policy of practices of failing to pay employees all minimum wages, failing to pay employees of overtime wages, failing to reimburse employees for business expenses, failing to pay all wages upon separation and TV, knowingly and unintentionally failing to furnish accurate item wage statements as a result of the above labor code violations. Fox committed unfair, unlawful, fraudulent business practices, and they're in violation. The venue is proper because Mrs. Faraji was hired to work out and did work out of Los Angeles, California. In addition, each cause of action arises from California state law, and the substantial number of the events given rise to this lawsuit, and it took place in Los Angeles, California. The court has jurisdiction over this, as put in there, the parties that's involved. You see Fox, she worked there into August of 2024. Okay, she worked from 2012 to 2024. What's up? What's up? Oh, okay. He was there, then he disappeared. You hit a button or something. We can't hear you. All right, he disappeared. Sorry about that, y'all. All right. Yo.
Carsino, what's up?
Hey, what's up?
Carsino, if I can't speak for any other dude, but if y'all believe her, y'all crazy. Really? For silence? Okay. This is this will make the word this why the word is crazy now, because we believe females like this and men believe females like this. This is obviously a lie. Skip Bayless loved his job too much. I don't like Skip Bayless personally, but he loved his job too much. He says it on TV. He's gonna risk his job for this mid female. Okay. That's all I gotta say.
Well, I appreciate you, bro. We're gonna go back to read this. We're gonna read the rest of this lawsuit. Thanks for listening, man.
All right, my boy. Have a good one.
All right, for sure. Hey, he said it, man. That's crazy. Now, this is the executive vice president of content for Fox Sports 1, Charlie Dixon. She said, now, Charlie Dixon is the executive vice president of content for Fox Sports 1, Fox flagship multi-sport national network, overseeing all content and production of the network. Mr. Dixon was in July of 2016 very significantly hiring of former Fox Sports president Jamie Horowitz. Jamie Horowitz was terminated from Fox due to reports of SA situation. At all relevant times, Mr. Dixon was an agent of Fox and had authority to make decisions impacting Mrs. Faraji. Let me and clarify what all this means right here. for those who don't know, Jamie Horowitz had this thing going on at ESPN, not at Fox. Fox was forced. He left ESPN and went to Fox. The case followed him all the way over there, and he was forced to have to let her go. Like, they were forced to have to let him go. He's the man that created the entire format that you see for debate on regular television. Debate talk shows and all that. So that was him. He put all that into motion. Jamie Horowitz, he saw the vision of saying, forget Sports Center, we need debate TV. That's the future. And that is what took us to the next level. Now, that we back to the next level, the whole world can see, without a doubt, that woman should not be getting no doggone $1.5 million. I mean, for 1.5, you got to do more than that, babe. I'm like, 1.5. That's that delusion, baby. Delusion of grandeur. Now, after that, from 2016 to August 2024, in March of 2021, Skip Bayless signed a 4-year, $32 million contract with Fox. Why is she mentioning this man's money? At all relevant times, Mr. Bayless was an agent of Fox and had authority to make decisions impacting her employment. Upon information and belief, Mr. Bayless is a resident of the state of California. Yep, that's right. Defendant Joy Taylor is a media personality and television host for Fox. She co-hosts the new show Speak on Fox Sports 1. And at relevant times, Ms. Taylor was an agent of Fox and had authority to make decisions impacting her employment. Upon information and belief, Ms. Taylor is a resident of the state of California. While not named as defendants, Mark Silverman, the president and CEO of Fox, Eric Shanks, CEO, executive producer, may become named defendants depending upon discovery yet to be adduced in this action concerning their involvement with respects to her claims. On information in behalf of Mr. Silverman and Mr. Shanks approved. Right? And Fox's legal team, right? They worked hard to protect the perpetrators by forcing individuals who were witnesses to or targets of misconduct to sign non-disclosure agreements upon separation from employment. Everybody does that. What are they talking about? So she is ignorant of the true names and capacities and relationships and extents of participations in the conduct herein alleged of the defendant sued. Yep. So let's go to the factual background. All right. She worked in 2003 at a hair salon. She did all this. In 2010, she was introduced by a coworker named Gail Berman, former president for entertainment at Fox Broadcasting Company, Dana Walden, of CEO Fox Television Group, shortly after brought her on to start doing some hair at their homes or the premises of Fox. Then the other co-workers became busy with other clients, so they sent her on her own to do their hair at their homes. And then in 2012, a makeup stylist who worked with Miss Walden and Mr. Berman's makeup, she worked on their hair, recommended her for a position at Fox. Then Fox hired her as a part-time employee. When she was hired, she was asked to bring her own tools for work. She would later discover that all of her co-workers received a kit fee for bringing their own tools. However, she would not receive a kit fee until 2019, approximately 7 years after she started working at Fox. In addition, she was a hairstylist, styling hair. Her supervisor, Gina, what she calls Ms. Poriti, also required her to do the job duties of a barber cutting hair. So when Ms. Paraji or whatever complained to her union, they told her to do these things and it's not in her job to do it. She said it would be difficult at best to get the clients to do this. And in 2016, Fox hired her full-time stylist. So this is where this is what everybody's talking about right here. Mr. Dixon gives Ms. Taylor undisputed as a reward for having sex with him. Hold the floor. Forget the $1.5 million. That's what the shock and awe is at. That's what got my attention. What? And boy, do I tell you, the internet is running with this. They are running with this.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Ain't no party like a Diddy party, baby. Yeah. Now, with that being said, she said in March of 2016, she met Miss Taylor, an aspiring sports personality. They had already moved from Miami to Los Angeles for the opportunity of airtime at Fox. At the time, Miss Taylor did not have a regular position, but would fill in on a day-to-day basis when talent was sick or otherwise missed time. Miss Taylor told Miss Faraji that she was recently wed, but her husband remained in Miami, and she was lonely in Los Angeles. So Joy Taylor then befriended her. And in May of 2016, Miss Taylor asked Miss Faraji to meet for drinks in Santa Monica. When she arrived, she found Miss Taylor with an older man, a Fox Sports executive vice president of content, Mr. Dixon. As executive vice president, Mr. Dixon is responsible for overseeing all content and production on Fox Sports 1. However, she did not know Mr. Dixon. When Mr. Dixon went to buy them another round of spicy margaritas, that's when she asked who was he. And Joy Taylor responded that he was just a friend. Following that night, whenever she would meet with Joy Taylor for drinks or food, Mr. Dixon would either arrive with her or show up later in the night and leave with Miss Taylor. He would always buy rounds of drinks and food. From their body language, she suspected the two were sleeping with each other. And although this concerned her, as she knew Mrs. Taylor was recently married, she kept her opinions to herself. And in June of 2016, while at work, she noticed Mr. Dixon in the elevator. Surprised by the coincidence, she found Joy Taylor and told her excitedly the guy who always buys our drinks was in the elevator. And Joy quickly silenced her, explaining who he was. Then she became alarmed and warned Mrs. Taylor that such a relationship was very unsafe. Joy Taylor told her not to worry about it. So she continued to be friends with Miss Taylor, but tried to keep her distance herself, as she considered the situation dangerous, as well as it's morally wrong. Miss Taylor and Mr. Dixon, they're both married. to other people. Hey, my name is Dixon. I gotta get my dicks in. Get it? Gotta get my dicks in. That's what they call it, Mr. Dixon. I didn't get this title for nothing, baby. Call Perks up, baby. Let's go. So now everything flips upside down. No, thanks for the super chat. He said, Skip thought the makeup lady would go for Shannon to him. Shannon gonna be, oh, now come on now, don't put me in the nope. I would not mess with that lady. Oh my goodness. So she's got a moral compass, right? This is a woman of moral integrity who's showing her body off on Instagram as we speak, who got like 50, 60 pictures of Joy Taylor all over her page. Joy has not one picture of this woman on her page. He's like, I believe that Joy came out of nowhere for that job. No, you gotta understand. Her brother is Jason. Jason Taylor is her brother. Okay. Shannon Sharp plays football. He knows JT. All that. It was a no-brainer to hire him. They were going up against First Take, who had Molly Corn. They had no other girl there that looked like Joy Taylor. All Joy had to do was do some moderating. Joy actually had a broadcast thing on a little small thing on radio in Miami where she used to talk sports. So it wasn't like she didn't talk sports. Plus, Skip didn't want to talk in no way. You're there for your tits. So you're just to look good. Read the cue cards and send us the commercial, baby. That's Skip's job. That's what Skip's whole thing is. Read the cue cards, shut up, flip the pages, and let's go. That's why Skip always got into it with moderators. That's just how it was. Skip is taking it back to 1937. Read the cue cards, shut up. We don't need to hear from you. You need to be seen, not heard. So they wanted to have somebody that was competing with Molly Curran. And sure enough, everybody was saying, who looked better, Joy or Molly? Tell me that wasn't the case. Tell me that wasn't the case. Before the show, we had that video up. Who looked better? I don't know. Molly kind of got that, but Joy got them tits, boy. Everybody was going crazy. So, this is, forget the lawsuit with Skip. This here takes the case. The Joy Taylor accusations. Joy, this thing is so fresh. Joy Taylor is still following the woman right now. She don't really even know all of this is going down. I mean, she know now. Oh, the internet is ruthless right now. It goes to this. Soon as they said, she said all that. Oh, I believe that. Oh, I believe it. Now, Here it is. Miss Integrity says in approximately July of 2016, word spread amongst Fox employees about the new show that was going to be the big deal, as it would star Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharpe. It was known that Fox was looking for a woman with significant TV experience to also star. Therefore, it came to a surprise when Fox announced that Miss Taylor, who was a bartender and radio host in Miami with very little TV experience, would be the moderator for the new show, a sports debate program called Skip and Shannon's Undisputed. Mr. Bayless later disclosed to Ms. Faraji that he did not want Miss Taylor on the show. But Mr. Dixon was adamant that Miss Taylor should star. At first, Mr. Dixon arranged a dinner between Mr. Bayless and Joy Taylor, where she arrived in provocative clothing and acted in a provocative manner. When that did not change Mr. Bayless' opinion of Miss Taylor, Mr. Dixon asked him to approve of her as a favor to him. Reluctantly, Mr. Bayless agreed to do so as a favor to his friend. August of 2016, she attended a dinner with Joy Taylor and her husband, and Mr. Dixon and his wife. During that dinner, Joy Taylor's husband became suspicious that Joy and Mr. Dixon was having a sexual relationship. How did that come out to be? Soon after the dinner, Joy Taylor's husband found evidence of the inappropriate relationship, and he divorced Joy Taylor. In approximately September of 2016, Undisputed started, and Joy Taylor requested her to do her hair in approximately November 2016, not allowing anyone to touch his hair. Mr. Bayless also requested her to do his hair. On January 14, 2017, Joy Taylor had a birthday party at Pearl's Rooftop in West Hollywood. She and other Fox employees who were invited attended, as it would be part of their jobly duties to appease talent. And a birthday party is an important event. As usual, Mr. Dixon, gotta get my Dixon. Now, as far as all that going, he's saying he was heavily drinking, buying drinks for everyone on the Fox credit card, and blustering that everything purchased was on Fox's dime. Normally, that's how it goes if the company's throwing the birthday party. When the company throws a birthday party for the talent, it's normally, especially if the executive vice president is there and they put it together, it's normally going to be covered as a business expense. So I don't understand what she's talking about. As Ms. Faraji was standing near the bar facing the crowd, Mr. Dixon approached her. He asked the bartender for a drink, then placed his arms on her lower back. He asked how she was doing, if she was having fun, if she wanted a tequila shot. She felt very uncomfortable by his unsolicited touching in response. No, thank you. Mr. Dixon then moved his hand lower and started rubbing her body and grabbed her buttocks. She was mortified, but quickly thought to fake an incoming call to escape the situation. She did not know who to turn to, but she knew Joy Taylor was sleeping with Mr. Dixon. She turned to her. Surprisingly, Joy Taylor told her to get over it and explained that she herself only had her job because of Mr. Dixon, and that she only had her job because Joy Taylor requested her. She warned that Mr. Dixon could take both away. She was terrified and then turned over to her co-worker, who is anonymous in this lawsuit. So Anonymous responded to Mr. Dixon, "That was disgusting." that entire situation was sick, but that it wasn't shocking, even given culture, and that she should remain quiet if she wanted to keep her job. As a single mother who needed a job to support her son, she had no choice but to remain silent. 7 years later, so he grabbed the booty one time in 7 years and he ain't want it no more. So here we are 7 years later. This is horrible storytelling. God damn. So 7 years of nothing happening. He grabbed your booty back in 2017 and just said, all right, well, I'm gonna let that booty go. I got one booty. I had 2 cheeks. Now I got 4 cheeks. Okay, 2 cheeks gone. Now I'm back to 2. This is crazy. But he got to get his dicks in. Let's go. So 7 years later, in 2023, Ms. Poretti told Ms. Faraji, told her that she did not like her. Or anything about Undisputed. Saying she had already scheduled someone else for hair on Undisputed when Mr. Dixon called her and told her that she must put her on Undisputed full time in order to protect their identity. To prevent retaliation, we refer to several different individuals anonymously in this complaint as anonymous in each case. She said, I didn't like that. That's not how things should be done. She said she was stunned and devastated as she prides herself on her work and earning her accolades. Later that day, while thinking about her career, she was angry that Mrs. Peretti succumbed to Mr. Dixon's request, and it gave Mr. Dixon the feeling that he could grope her for giving her a job. Mr. Dixon gets rid of a female talent member for refusing to have sex with him. Several years into her tenures at Fox, a female talent member who is anonymous hired her to do her hair at her house for an award show. And as she met her for lunch, told her she would no longer be with Fox, as Mr. Dixon told her that she would need to sleep with him if she wanted to renew her contract. But she had refused. Anonymous further conveyed that Mr. Dixon was doing this to other women in talent. She should warn Ms. Taylor to be careful. And a talk show host had recently reported Mr. Dixon following the lunch. She called Ms. Taylor to convey what Ms. Anonymous had stated. Joy Taylor responded that no one gives a F about Anonymous or talk show host who had reported Mr. Dixon. So she observed Joy Taylor's remark appeared accurate, as no action was taken to address the concerns raised. If it was not already apparent, it became even more clear that Fox enabled high-ranking individuals to abuse their authority, undue control over female talent and employees. Fear permeated the workplace of stories, mistreatments. One example is Mr. Dixon deliberately assigning a female talent member who had been harassed and reported it to a show set up to fail. When the show inevitably failed due to sabotage, he used its failure as justification to terminate her employment. And other instance of co-workers who recently cried in the hallway due to the relentless harassment was fired just 1 week after reporting it. These repeated incidents reinforced an atmosphere we're speaking upon seemed futile and dangerous. Now, I'm going to go ahead and name Anonymous right now in that situation. Y'all want to know who that is? Hit the like button. Hit the like button. And she was as talentless as anybody I've ever met. She came off the internet, got a TV show out of nowhere because she had a popular following online. They think that was going to help them in the ratings. They couldn't wait to get rid of her, and then ESPN picked her up, and they couldn't wait to get rid of her. She was completely useless, and nobody liked her anyway she went. Her name was Katie Nolan. All right. That's my opinion, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we will keep this moving. Bayless begins to give her lingering hugs and kisses on the cheek while putting his body up against her breasts. After reporting the talk show host fell on deaf ears, Mr. Bayless began requesting that she give him a haircut once a week in the makeup room. As she did what she was told. Initially during the haircuts, he would discuss his life, his work at Fox, and innocuous matters. However, soon after the weekly haircut started, Mr. Bayless began finding excuses to touch her or give her lingering hugs after each haircut, pressing his body up against her own, pressing her breasts, then began to kiss her on the cheek. She was uncomfortable by the physical contact and would make excuses to leave right after the haircuts. I need to pick up my son from school. In the summer of 2017, while she was giving him a haircut, Skip told her she was voluptuous. Well, she is voluptuous. I didn't know voluptuous was a bad thing. I thought voluptuous was a good word. I didn't know that's a harassment word. Hey, babe, you're voluptuous. As English is her second language, she was not familiar with the word. Ms. Baraji asked what it meant. Skip Bayless seemed amused and told her to figure it out. She said later she asked a co-worker what the word meant and was mortified. Mr. Bayless then started to be more aggressive in directing his advances. She continuously declined, stating that she did not date at work and is single mom and needed her job. She was terrified and then turned to her co-worker to discuss the situation. The two decided that because Mr. Bayless was a powerful man and Fox protected powerful men, Dixon's actions became openly known but ignored. It only began to determine the report of the issue. The two decided that she needed to be kind towards Mr. Bayless or risk her job. As a single mother who relied on her job to support her son, she felt she had no choice. All right, now we're getting to the good part. Get that money, girl. Dance for your dollar, girl. Dance for your dollar. Yeah, get strange for that change, baby. Let's go. Dixon them finna do a tag team? What's happening? So she went on a medical leave, injuring her back at work. How the hell you injure your back doing hair? She injured her back at work, couldn't move for 40 days and received workers' comp. So in December 2017, she returned after her leave. She was not provided her full-time schedule and learned from a co-worker that her promised that they had promised her shifts to someone else. So she called her union for help. Her union informed her that the lady, Ms. Peretti's actions would be illegal under the law. Then she called Human Resources, who confirmed that she was entitled to her pre-leave schedule. 2018, Ms. Peretti called her into the office. When she arrived, an individual from HR was present, and Mrs. Peretti was falsely explaining that she did not want her full-time schedule and that she grew upset, explaining that she did want her full-time schedule, and further explained that Mrs. Peretti had already treated her poorly for years. Then she had multiple meetings with HR where she explained that Mrs. Peretti yelled at her, made fun of her, and bullied her. And she said she did not like me and could fire me at any time. So her perspective was there was no resolution after these conversations, as she was never informed of any sort of conclusion or action taken on Fox's part. She remains on Undisputed and asks to join the herd. In 2018, Joy Taylor moved from Undisputed to the herd with Colin Cowherd. Ms. Joy Taylor again requested her to do her hair. Colin Cowherd also requested her to do his hair. Thus, every day, she would do Mr. Bayless's hair for Undisputed, then would do Joy Taylor and Mr. Cowherd's hair for the herd. Throughout her entire tenure at Fox, Mr. Cowherd was professional and respectful to her and the coworkers. Around this time, after learning Joy Taylor and Mr. Dixon's sexual relationship, Joy Taylor, then fiance, broke off the engagement and threatened to go public with all he knew on information he believed Mr. Dixon paid for the wedding deposits in an informal exchange for her fiance's silence. Woo! Oh my God. I couldn't see Earl Watson threatening to go public with everything. I can't see that. Mm-mm-mm. So, Mr. Diaz, all right, we got a new guy on there. Hey, Mr. Diaz racially and sexually harasses Mrs. Faraci. On May 10th, 2019, Bobby Diaz, aka Mr. Diaz, the individual who put the microphone on the talent. Baby, oh, go ahead, Mr. Diaz. Everybody get their shots in on this woman. This woman is, man, she is earthquaking the block, isn't she? The voluptuous. Heartbreaker. Look at her, voluptuous. I was mortified. I'm a single mom. Just gotta pay my bills. Well, get to work. So on this situation here, Bobby Diaz now mocked this woman for her pronunciation of English words and sexualized the way she was eating fruit. A man named Bobby Diaz is gonna get on this woman for her pronunciation of English words. This whoever wrote this script is hilarious. And he sexualized the way she was eating fruit. Oh my goodness. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because that's what's up. That's the whole nature of what they're running out here. Oh, you better believe it now. So after she said, I just kept my eyes glued on the monitor, playing undisputed. Mrs. Peretti was present and did not do anything. On information and belief, Mr. Diaz openly gropes and harasses and inappropriate with all the women at Fox. On information that's believed that Mrs. Diaz has not been fired, reportedly due to his role of supplying cocaine to numerous Fox employees and talent. Baby, you want that blow? I got that super blow, baby. Come on, let's have a good time. Yeah, you very voluptuous. Shoot, I want to work at Fox. Hey, they hard up there. They know how to party, baby. Fox is kicking it. Oh, ESPN too stuck up, baby. You got to get to Fox. Fox got all the action, baby. Now she's throwing Diaz under the bus. Man, Diaz, what's going on, man? Diaz is out here wilding. Hey, no, Your Honor, I did not have the blow. So on the information, Mr. Diaz did all this. Fox employees and talents, even after the incident where he removed his pants on live camera. Yes. Information and belief in December of 2024, she sent notice of this impending lawsuit to Fox. Mr. Diaz made a mockery of his discussion with human resources regarding his interaction with her, told various employees that she was stupid, defiantly stating that despite being told not to speak about his discussions with HR, he didn't care, saying, who gives a eep? He further boasted that he would never be fired. Joy Taylor, again, uses her sexuality to get a show. So in February of 2020, Joy Taylor asked her to meet her for lunch in Beverly Hills. When she arrived, she found Joy Taylor with a man, Emmanuel Ocho. And she did not know Mr. Ocho, but could tell the two were romantically involved. A few months after meeting Mr. Ocho at the lunch, she noticed him in the hallway while at work. She later asked Joy Taylor if Mr. Ocho also worked at Fox. Ms. Taylor confirmed and explained that she wanted Mr. Ocho to eventually recommend her for a show, Speak for Yourself. She became alarmed and warned Ms. Taylor that she should probably not sleep with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Ocho at the same time, as Mr. Dixon is a powerful man that might become very angry. Joy Taylor told her not to worry about it. She explained that she's also now powerful, and once Mr. Dixon was no longer useful to her, she would follow through on her plan to tell the company that he forced himself on her. She would not allow herself to be forced out by Mr. Dixon like other women in the talent. Go ahead, Joy Taylor. You know how to use that cooch. See, you need to be taking lessons. And that's why you out here right now filing these goddamn papers. You should have been listening to it. You should have got in there with Mr. Dixon. And then you would have got your bread. Dixon would have probably had a show. We're going to have women doing hair shows. Yeah. See you at 3 o'clock. Dude, she ain't play her cards right. Skip would have had you up there. Hey, voluptuous. Where you at, baby? You got a kid to feed. Remember that's what it says here? You gotta get matching for them rations. Oh, man. Yeah, this is getting crazy. It's getting crazy, 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 crazy. Now, so in September 2020, Joy Taylor started to work on Speak. Right? Joy Taylor requested that she does her hair. And that was September 2022. Now she's targeted because of ethnicity. In 2020, Jane Doe, we'll call Miss M, an employee at Fox, began demonstrating erratic behavior. One night at an informal dinner at Mastro's Steakhouse, she grew irrationally enraged with me and screamed, "F you, you purging B." The dinner ended after Mrs. M broke a glass and threatening to harm herself. Following the dinner, Ms. Paraji, co-worker Anonymous, who is Black, reported the incident to Human Resources, explaining that she would not be okay with someone calling her a Black bee. Anonymous had also had Ms. Faraji's report the incident to Ms. Peretti. Despite these reports supposedly being anonymous, Mrs. M learned of the reports and became increasingly unstable towards me every single morning. Miss M would scream and throw things at me. And approximately 6 months later, she told Human Resources that she believed her life was in danger. HR responded that she should just leave the workplace when Miss M was having an episode. After approximately a year and a half, Mrs. M was fired. And Mrs. M's ex-boyfriend was a producer at Fox. Shared that HR gave Mrs. M a large amount of money as severance. And they said they wondered why Fox removed their bully with money. Why they rewarded her with money. So Human Resources eventually apologized to her, explaining they did not have experience dealing with somebody with mental health issues. So Human Resources offered her free therapy. She declined the free therapy, but began to seek an independent therapist once a week to discuss her life at Fox. She continues to see this same therapist today. Now, she believes she had cancer and conveys it to Skip Bayless in an attempt to stop him from hitting on her, only to have him offer her $1.5 million to have sex. All right, here we go, baby. Now we get into the Skip. Man, I swear, this is like a fun book. It's 42 pages of all this. We might have to do part 2. I'm going to be here all night. Over the years, Mr. Bayless continued to make advances at Mrs. Faraji, lingering hugs, kisses on the cheek, everything, right? So she's making up all these excuses about her son, and I got to get back to him. So in 2021, she developed a cyst on her left ovary, and it be advised it could be cancer. So with a 4th biopsy scheduled, she explained her situation to Skip Bayless, hoping that he would take pity on her and cease his advances. Instead, Skip told her, "Hey, I want to be with you." She panicked. She began rambling. There was cameras everywhere. That she has a child and that she doesn't want to be with him. Skip then grabbed her hands, began kissing him, then offered her 1.5 hit sack. She made an excuse to leave. Approximately 1 week later, Bayless was back with a new advance. She responded, "Skip, stop. You have a wife." Skip responded, "Aren't you Muslim? Don't your dad got 3 or 4 wives?" She responded that her father was dead, and Skip looked back and was like, "Oh man," like he was sad he said that. and then she made an excuse to leave. Then her job was threatened because she did not sleep with Skip. On April 12, 2022, Mr. Bayless texted her, "I'm good today." That text meant that he would not be coming in for hair or makeup. On April 13, 2022, Mr. Bayless texts her again, "Not comfortable coming down there. Just do what you need to do. It's okay." And she asked him, "What's wrong?" He replied, "Same stuff, worse." So she said she's concerned about her own job. She walked to his fitting room to see if everything was okay. Skip answered the door, and before she could speak, he began to angrily accuse her of sleeping with Shannon Sharp. She tried to explain that she did not have any feelings towards Shannon Sharp and had never slept with him or any talent member or employee at Fox. But before she could speak, Skip demanded that she come to his car after the show. She responded that she could not come sit in his car as it was inappropriate. He grew irate and then he left. So Skip texted her right before a show, "If you're distracted tomorrow, I'll wait till Monday, but I can't keep doing this." She told him that she was confused. Mr. Bayless responded, "Trust me, I am far more confused." So she explained over the text that she's not sleeping with Shannon Sharp. Mr. Bayless did not respond. On April 15, 2022, Mr. Bayless texted her, "Do you still want to do the haircut or just move on?" She responded that she doesn't want to move on from her job and that she will continue doing his hair. So on April 16th, 2022, Mr. Bayless called her and she did not answer the call because she was scared. She then called him back 10 minutes later. On the call, Mr. Bayless again angrily accused her of sleeping with Shannon Sharp. She said that he could tell from her body language that she was effing him. She tried to explain that she was kind to all the talent that included laughing, engaging in conversation, and then asked if he was yelling at her because she refused to go to his car. Skip answered that she shouldn't be talking to him like that. She replied that she could respond to whoever she wanted. Skip then angrily said that he heard her talk to Shannon Sharp about her vagina. She knew this to be untrue and was embarrassed and angry. So she responded that even if she had been dating Shannon Sharp, which she wasn't, it shouldn't matter at all because she had only had a professional relationship with Skip Bayless. So on April 17, 2022, she arrived in the makeup room, turned on a recording device, put it on the table, and waited for Skip Bayless to arrive. In the meantime, two of her co-workers who were privy to Mr. Bayless' actions went into the other talent members' rooms to listen to the conversation. Skip then arrived in the makeup room for her to cut his hair in accordance to the schedule. Skip Bayless knew that the makeup room was always recorded. Clearly states this room is bugged. During their conversation, Mr. Bayless stated he would hate for her to lose her job, but she can't be doing a big thing with my arch rival. She responded by reiterating that being polite to Mr. Sharp is part of her job, and he responded, "Bullshit. Bullshit, bullshit, bullshit. I'm calling bullshit on you. Go, Skip." Skip is mad. You've given it up, and it ain't to me. It's my show. It's my turn. Man, y'all gonna have me here all night. Y'all gonna have me here all night. But this whole thing is too good to lay down. This thing is too good to lay down. Every time you think it's over, boom, it's another round. Hey, I'm telling you. Oh man, she hit me back. All right, cool. So Skip's mad. He ain't getting his shot. So Skip Bayless is like, he warned her that he doesn't want her to lose her job over this. She responded that she wasn't going to lose her job because she's a great hairdresser. Skip Bayless responded, I have love for you, and I have for 6 years, and you hurt me, and you are ruining this. She again responded that she must be polite to all the talent. Skip Bayless then implied that if he stopped requesting her, it would affect her job. She responded that she is scheduled to work every morning from 5:45 a.m. and if he would like to get his hair done, he is welcome to sit in her chair. Mr. Bayless continued to threaten her job. She knew that he was trying to pressure her into sleeping with him, but she kept repeating that she was a professional that had to be kind to all the talent. So on April 21st, 2022, Mr. Bayless asked if she would come to his home to color his hair. A side job. And she previously would partake in what Mr. Bayless's wife was home. On this occasion, with her therapist's help, she conveyed that she would no longer be going to his home. The following week, Mr. Bayless arrived in the makeup room as if their conversations never happened. But she remained on edge. She had worsening nightmares regarding the incidents that took place with Skip. Therapists started using eye movement, desensitization, reprocessing to talk through her interactions with Skip. She is targeted because of her ethnicity and disability. Her friendship with Joy Taylor ended in October 2021. Joy Taylor began insulting her on a professional level, and early of June 2023, the treatment reached a breaking point as Joy Taylor began mocking her English, saying I could not understand her accent, complaining about her humming and her coping mechanism for PTSD. Joy Taylor began stating that she needed a black hairstylist. She hoped that her co-workers who noticed these harsh interactions hoped that Fox could see through this facade and that she's been doing Joy Taylor's hair for 7 years as Joy Taylor's own request without any complaint and had been working on texture hair for decades. She has been hired to do the hairstyles for over 10 Black background dancers from CeeLo Green's music video FU. And June 1st, 2023, she's been acting like because I'm not Black, I'm stupid. She keeps saying Black girls' hair should be done like this, not how you do it. I've been doing her hair for 7 years. She keeps making me feel like my English is not good. She keeps making comments like, oh, white girls are dumb. I reported these incidents to Miss Peretti. On June 14th, My diary entry states, by now it's been 7 days. The company knows about this racism and discrimination towards me. I told my boss, Gina. I told Cindy all about it. On June 16, 2023, Miss Peretti pulled me into her office and asked me if she wanted to leave speak. She explained she wanted to work, but she told her that she just have to leave the room when Miss Taylor was acting out. She noticed that this was a pattern. When Miss M bullied her, human resources told her to just leave the room. And now Mrs. Joy Taylor is bullying me. And again, I'm told to leave the room. Now, on June 16, 2023, I'm very disappointed at how Fox operates its racist bullying and to get rid of me. And now I'm the victim. Wow. On June 21st, 2023, I'm called into the office. And while I still go in every morning and set up her hair, Joy Taylor no longer needed her hairstyles. So she explained to me that I was going to work from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. and then go home. When she was asked about touch-ups, Mrs. Peretti stated that she had spoken to all the talent on the show and no one needed touch-ups. She then asked if she did something wrong. She said, "You remind me of my dog. And when I take my dog out, he barks at bigger dogs. That's like you." She left the room and cried. To call someone a dog is the most insulting, offensive insult in the Persian culture. Ms. Peretti then hired 2 black hairstylists to work from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. as Miss Taylor is very picky with her hair. She did not like the work of the 2 black hairstylists and asked a co-worker who was a Latina woman to do her hair 5 days a week. The co-worker declined. On June 4th, 21 and 24 and 2023, different talent members asked her why she was no longer providing touch-ups on Speak. The third time they asked her, she explained that the talent had indicated that they did not need touch-ups. She was no longer available for touch-ups. The talent members were shocked and said that they needed touch-ups on Speak. As she did not feel it was professional to mention her conversation with Ms. Peretti, she explained that there must have been a misunderstanding and that she informed employee relations. She became concerned for her job because this was common tactic employed by Fox. When retaliating against a witness or target, Fox systematically reduces work schedules and ultimately terminates employment by removing an individual from the schedule entirely, using fabricated business necessities as a pretext. She participated in an international investigation only to be singled out, taken off Speak, and accused of sleeping with Skip Bayless. In July of 2023, Anna Drunker. That's a hell of a name, Drunker. I did not make that name up. That's what they calling her on this paperwork. Her name is Drunker. Almond joy. Spreading joy to everybody. She's lying. Touch-ups at Fox means something different now. Anna Drunker, Fox Sports president of employee relations, asked her for a meeting. At this meeting, Ms. Drunker asked Joy Taylor was having a relationship with Emmanuel Ultra. She admitted the two were having a sexual relationship. She shared this information because she didn't think it was a big deal. Joey and Ocho had similar amounts of power at this time. And because she didn't think Joy Taylor and Mr. Emmanuel Ocho would physically harm her for providing this information, Mr. Ocho has always been respectful to me and has never threatened to hurt me. On July 31st, 2023, Kelsey Doe, Mrs. Doe, of Employee Relations asked her for a meeting. She got there, and Mrs. Doe told her that there had been complaints of her humming, explaining that her humming is an involuntary subconscious coping mechanism for her PTSD, and that everyone at Fox knew she hummed. She further explained that she has been humming since she was a child, and her entire time in her tenure at Fox, her humming was exasperated in stressful situations. And although she hates it and wants it to stop, she doesn't even realize when she is humming sometimes. Explained that if anybody was now complaining, that they were only doing so just to hurt and embarrass her. So Miss Dole thanked her for the information, abruptly changed the conversation, quickly asked her if she made any public comments about Mr. Dixon and Joy Taylor having sex. She became very shocked and scared and said, as Mr. Dixon, previously assaulted her, she said, and responded that while everyone in the company knew about their relationship, she did not have any information and did not want to comment about it. Mrs. Doe then tried to end the conversation and asked if she had any questions, then began crying, asking why such a swift investigation took place regarding her humming, but no one cared about Mrs. M threatening to kill her and others, mocking her English, and then explained that she wants a safe, normal work environment, but everyone mistreats her because there are no consequences for them. While she focused on mocking her English, she was thinking of her interactions with Mr. Dixon and Mr. Bayless. On August 3rd, 2023, Mrs. Poretti told approximately 8 of the co-workers she worked with to not associate with her as she had a pending case with Human Resources. She was confused as from her perspective, she did not have a pending case with HR. Employee Relations had only called her in to ask her questions about Joy Taylor. On August 9th, 2023, Mrs. Peretti told her that her service was officially no longer needed on Speak. So, as that day states, they were only taking her off the show because she reported Joy. After I reported that they took me off the show, this must be illegal. On August 21st, 2023, Kim Weatis, or whatever, from the Fox Sports Vice President of Human Resources and Business Operations, and Ms. Drucker, asked Skip Bayless for a meeting. When Skip arrived, they all told Skip not to worry and that his job was safe. The two then interrogated him on if he ever had a romantic relationship with her and whether she had offered him sex. When Skip responded truthfully that she had never offered him sex, they again told him not to worry, his job was safe, heavily implying that they wanted him to say otherwise. This circular conversation took place for 20 minutes. Following the meeting, Mr. Dixon called Skip and asked why he didn't just lie. Skip responded that he cares about her, and Mr. Dixon responded, "Who cares? I can get you a better looking hairstyle." That's what I'm saying, baby. Hey, Dixon. Hey, hit your boy Cino up. Hey, look, we gonna tear up the place. Me and you, baby, we going down lawsuit to lawsuit. I'm working for Fox. Hey, Mr. Dixon that I'm emailing you the letter right now. I'm CCing everybody else. You get them hairdressing hoes up in there. We gonna tear this thing up the way we supposed to, baby. We gonna make this thing look like Magic City when we done. Woo, baby. Fuck. We on the come up, baby. Hey, I want to work at Fox. Hit me up. That's what I'm talking about. I can get you a better looking hairstylist. That's somebody who's trying to make something go down, baby. I can get you somebody better. She mid. That's what I'm talking about. He like, look, that's mid. I can get you a better hairstylist. I know. I done worked at those places like Wolf of Wall Street. Don't you know I worked at the Wolf of Wall Street? Shoot. This is what's up. So the investigation is an indicative role in HR, right? For all the wrongdoers and everything else. They have affys to Johnny or whatever. He was promoted to human resources as a producer. He turned a blind eye to allegations. Shortly after his promotion, she noticed that he was at Fox early in the morning. She asked him why was he in so early, and he responded that he's now producing the show because of our great boss, Charlie Dixon, who has the power to do it. He made me a producer. That's all you need, a powerful man. You don't need experience. And he says, yes, that's correct. So in late August of 2023, she finds out Mr. Dixon wants her fired. So Skip learned that Shannon Sharp and her never had been romantically involved. So Skip pulled her aside for a conversation. During this conversation, Skip apologized for accusing her for sleeping with Shannon Sharp. He disclosed details regarding his August 21st meeting with HR and further disclosed that Mr. Dixon wants her fired because she knew too much and was talking. Skip Bayless also disclosed that he believed Mr. Dixon kept his wife on Fox payroll to keep her silent about his affairs with Fox's employees. Now, Skip Bayless asked her out to dinner to continue to conversate, but she declined, stating that she cannot do anything that's even gives an interference of non-work relationship because she wants to keep her job. On October the 18th, 2023, Skip told her that Mr. Dixon was continuing to push him to ask for different hairstyles, but Skip refused. Her daily entry for that day, she felt desperate. She's like, I don't know how to save my job. Charlie's a big boss, and I'm just a hairstylist with no power. Skip said that Joy is telling Charlie to get rid of me. That's crazy. On October 20th, 2023, Skip Bayless told her Mr. Dixon had threatened his job because he continuously requested her, stating he would rather have another pretty girl on Undisputed over Mr. Bayless anyway. So on December 21st, 2023, Skip told her that he still loved her and told her that Mr. Dixon was the one who had told him that she was sleeping with Shannon Sharp. Mr. Bayless then again tried to sleep with her, and she said, no, Skip, I'm only interested in working with you and having friendship relationship with you and nothing else. He said, you have no idea you are losing everything. I don't know what he meant by that, and I hope he doesn't take me off the show. It makes me sick to my stomach. It's really hard for me to work like this. I hope God helps me because Fox is supporting people like Charlie and Skip. So she lets it be known she will support a co-worker. December 17th, 2023. One of her co-workers was identifiably taking off a schedule, and she took offense to the bullying and racist comments made by Fox NFL host show. Over the next few months, she made it known that the department that if she needed, she would speak out against the co-worker's behalf. She don't regret anything, and she was they was especially cruel to her. And one of the co-workers had tried to take themselves out. She reached out to Mrs. Drunker and then asked if she should go get an attorney. And they said she didn't need an attorney. Everything was going crazy. So on June 24th, 2024, she was fired. They told her that Undisputed was going to be canceled and that Skip Bayless was going to be fired. She grew internally anxious that Mr. Dixon was trying to get her fired. Later that week on Monday, she gave Mr. Bayless a haircut. During the haircut, Mr. Skip Bayless told her about a new opportunity he was expecting outside of Fox. She asked if he would still be coming back to Undisputed. He replied, of course. Skip then told her that he fantasizes about having sex with her and asked her how much would it take for her to have sex with him. She stated, I've already refused the $1.5 million and that his answer wasn't going to change. And her answer wasn't going to change. And he said, the more you say no, the more I want you. Go ahead, Skip. Skip ain't going down, baby. They trying to get this party started. They trying to kick it off. Skip won't take no for an answer, baby. Skip ain't going down. Skip ain't going up on the price. He said 1.5. On August 2nd, 2024, Undisputed was canceled. Skip Bayless was fired. And she was taken off the schedule. Ms. Peretti told her there was no longer a need for her. That's the same day Skip Bayless asked for her to walk him to his car on his way out. She felt she had no choice but to walk him to his car. Once at his car, they noticed Mr. Dixon in the parking lot looking at them. Skip Bayless told her, F Charlie. If you want to sue them, go for it. F them. Charlie's not going to sleep. He's like, Charlie's not going to sleep tonight. He's scared of what I'm going to tell you. F him. The same day, she reached out to Fox, asked why she was taking off the schedule, and explained that although Undisputed had been canceled, she had worked on the herd for over 5 years, Speak for 1 year, and talent continued to request her. Fox did not provide a substantive response, but said they would investigate the issue. So on August 5th, 2024, she was asked to give Mr. Silverman a haircut in the same manner she's been doing for over the past 7 years. She then reached out to Fox to ask why she should do, as she did not want to let Mr. Silverman down. The next day, Fox again did not provide any response that would continue to investigate the issue. August 8th, after finishing the investigation, Fox was finally able to muster the following pretextual reason for firing her. They can only afford to have one hairdresser work all 3 shows, All New Morning, Speak, and Undisputed. So The fears actualized as she realized that she had become the target. Fox systematically reduced her work schedule and ultimately terminated her employment by removing her from the schedule entirely, using fabricated business necessities as a pretext. Now, guided by its attorneys, Fox implied that the revised schedule, assigning single hairdressers to cover all 3 shows approximately 3 months, once Fox believed it has all justified its actions from a legal standpoint to revert the long-standing scheduling arrangement, which included 1 hair and 1 makeup professional in the morning, another set in the afternoon. The same arrangement has been in place for years during her tenure, in addition at Fox. So after working in that place, she remained quiet about her experiences at Fox and was fearful that Mr. Dixon might hire someone to kill her had she decided to go public. So after many therapy sessions, she concluded that she never wants to work with Skip Bayless again, feels ashamed for working with him for so many years, and is able to better control intrusive thoughts of Mr. Dixon hurting her again. In response to her feelings of shame, embarrassment, and fear, the therapist told her that she should only be doing what she thought she needed to survive. At this point, she seeks justice. She knows that Mr. Dixon uses his position of power to coerce women into having sex with him and used it as a justification to grope her. She knows that Mr. Dixon did not immediately fire her. Miss Joy Taylor and her had a falling out only to appease Skip Bayless by providing him with a plaything. Despite her being an excellent hairdresser and continuously being requested by talent, she was shrunken down to show how much she could appease Skip Bayless. And once Mr. Bayless was gone, so was her job. To date, talent continues to ask for her at Fox, including Colin Cowherd, who posted a poll on Twitter page asking if he should get a haircut, with 63% responding that he should. She also continues to be requested by work for high-profile clients who do not abuse her. Since her departure from Fox, Skip Bayless began featuring his wife on his podcast on information and belief that he's changed his phone number and he has maintained for many years, presumably in the hopes of removing and deleting incriminating messages, presumably after receiving notice of this impending lawsuit from Fox. Now, there it is. Now, that's deep. That's a lot going on there. I'm telling you, some of it is true, some of it is fiction. But let's go over what I know. I know her and Ocho don't get along. So while they were working together, I don't know what happened prior to get her on the show, but the opportunity for her came up because they were looking to create the show because Jason Whitlock got fired. Whitlock got fired. Well, he didn't really get fired. His service was no longer needed in the community. They didn't want him anymore. So when they don't want you no more, this becomes the narrative. You're an expendable asset. And you thought he wanted more money than what they were offering him. They were like, look, we'll take you back, but this is all we're going to pay you. Now, I like that he wanted to bet on himself. Say, hey, I'll bet on myself. I'll come out, I'll do my thing, I'll bet on myself, and that's that. Now, the problem is, in the majority of these situations, How many times are these people are around them? Almost never. Am I on a treadmill? I don't think so. Now, when you see people talking about they want to get done solid, they want to be treated, they want to be respected, they want to be heard, and all of these practices, a lot of these things turn up with her being Miss Goody Two Shoes. You are all of a sudden Miss Goody Two Shoes, but yet on Instagram, you can't help but post all these people. You got them all over your page. Not only that, not only are they all over your page, you still got them all over your page. You still raving about them. Oh, I love working there. But they treated you so bad, I wouldn't have none of that stuff up. That's what I'm saying. You seem like somebody that was cool with her. She got you the job. You did some things that was backhanded and ended up messing up your own personal relationships. And because of it, it put people and made them unease with being around you. That's what we take from it. She getting 10 mil, shit. Yeah. Do I believe Charlie did that? Yeah. I believe a lot of dogs are up there. And now that this lawsuit is out, her life is going to be scrutinized. But Joy Taylor and everybody else, this is going to be the talk. Because Joy did change. And she got more powerful, especially since she got on Speak. Once she got on Speak, Joy changed. She started wearing her hair different. She started showing her body off more. But Joy has always been an airhead. She's multitask like crazy, but she's an airhead. And if Joy would get sick and couldn't come in and do the job, that's when they would call in a veteran person to do the show. And Jenny Taft would come in. Now, Jenny Taft, notice she didn't mention Jenny Taft, who she done her hair too, and her collision with Skip. Now, those two didn't get along because I told you, Skip is pretty old-fashioned. Now, I ain't mad at Skip if he wanted to hit that. Why wouldn't he? Why wouldn't he want to hit that chick? And for YouTube, I mean, hit like get with it. Now, Skip wanted to get up with her, no problem. I don't see a problem with Skip trying to get up with her. You see, Skip Bayless he's a man with needs. Yeah, I'm 73. I can't take the money with me. That's what I always say. If they can't understand the situations then many of them will not fully know what to make of it. Now, the fact of Joy Taylor getting the job because she was sleeping with Charlie, and that could be the case. But in my estimation, that wasn't the case because we saw how she got the job. They had an opening. She came from Miami and was on a standby. Jason Taylor knew that they had a show that they was going to do on Fox. She had already got her a job working at Fox. And whenever they did a co-host for their show, somebody gets sick, like if Katie Nolan went out or something, they could have her step in. So she was already on the sidelines as a part-time, day-by-day worker. Like they had plenty of people who came in and did day-by-day work. Ebony Williams, she came there and she worked on Undisputed for a while, and then her and Skip kind of got into it. Joy has no talent. What do you mean? Her talent is right there in front of you. You see them two big double D's every goddamn day. Stop. Them double D's is right in your face, and you watch it every damn day looking at them double D's. That's the ratings. Whenever they're in a slump, she wear that outfit. They show the cleavage, and there it is. You tuned in. And you'd be like, why am I watching this show? Oh, I see why I'm watching this show. Alex Curry, oh man, that is some real double D's. That's like double F's. Yeah, and then they do all this pro-woman movement, but yet they're trying to seduce men by waving their boobs around. You're tricking my mind. No, Shannon Sharp did not mess around with Joy. Joy is like a little sister to them because Shannon knows JT, her brother. No, Joy is like the little kid to Shannon. I remember I jokingly made a video like, go ahead, all right, go ahead, Shannon Sharp. And they flagged me and gave me a strike for the video when they went to the Dodgers game to promote the show. Go ahead, Shannon. I was like, dog, I'm just having fun with. I know you ain't messing with Joy Taylor. Michael Jordan tried to smash Joy Taylor when she turned 21. Jordan was trying to get her to do shots. Let's do shots. Come on. Jason Taylor was there, was like, nah, you can't. There will be no you and Michael Jordan doing shots. No, not my sister. Shannon go, yeah, I know. He gonna be like, man, it's just some shots. Come on. Stop being like that. Some shots. Yeah, well, at the end of the day, when the rubber meets the road, well, he's looking at his wife is like looking in the mirror. Skip loves himself. So he looks at his wife and goes, damn, you look like me. I love you. You know how Skip is. He's a narcissist. So he's going to look at this woman and go, I love you, baby. You drive me crazy. Dracula and Frankenstein. Exactly. So we'll see how this plays out. But for Joy Taylor, oh, she gonna be in the grease more than Skip Bayless, because this had a lot to do with her more than Skip. So we'll see how it reads and play out. Anyway, I'm out, man. We done been here 3 hours straight on this subject. Man, oh man, oh man. I'm out. Yeah, I'm gonna do the Laker video probably tomorrow because we went way too long on this. We'll let the intro take us out. How about that? Hi, I'm Carcina. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.